Hello and welcome to another edition of my Vision On channel. Bit of new content today. Today is about the Sena 10C Evo, which I purchased about 10 days ago, and I thought I would give you an account of why I felt I needed a camera, why I chose that camera, where I bought it from, and the things I've learned since using it. So, choosing an action cam for motorcycle use, I mean, these are expensive devices, certainly good ones are, in GoPros, and these you're looking at not much change out of £400. So you need to think carefully about what you want to use it for. I was very clear that I wanted to use mine not for high quality vlogging of all the places I go to, but for day-to-day riding. Bear in mind that I ride pretty much every day of the week throughout the year, and I wanted a record of any incidents that occurred, which seem to be happening all too often. I notice especially with riding the Vision that the lack of respect and courtesy from other road users, quite frankly, beggars belief. Not so bad when I'm out on the BMW. And with the Townmate, well, that's my toy for high days and holidays, so I don't ride that quite so much. But I've decided it was probably time to have something that would keep a record of what's going on when I ride, and also because as an advanced rider I hope to do my observers training once lockdown is ended later this year, and I know that having a video record as well as the bike-to-bike communication will be really useful. I have already got the Sena bike-to-bike communication unit, the MHS5 I think it is, and that's been really good. Enjoyed it with when I've been out with friends and we link up, and very fuss-free method of bike-to-bike communication. So that was a big influence on my choice of the Sena. I wanted a unit that would also be unobtrusive in use. It would just sit there on the helmet, permanently attached, and would be charged up, ready to go each day, and it would just be part of day-to-day riding. My impression is with the GoPros that they're bulky, obtrusive. The microphone has to be specially coupled through an adapter if you're having an in-helmet mic, and that adds further cost. It just felt like it wasn't going to meet my needs. I know they give a brilliant picture quality, they've got image stabilization, which the Sena doesn't have, but I felt on balance and after a lot of thought that the Sena was the device that would best suit my needs. So do think carefully about what you want to use any camera that you buy. Think what you want to use it for. Right, what else can I say? Buying. I chose to buy my Sena from our local bike dealership, Motorcycle Mart in Kidderminster. Really value their advice and help. They are Sena dealers, and they got that one for me within 48 hours, and it came in at £360, which is about what Amazon were going to charge. I would much prefer to support our local bike dealers, and also it's so much better if there is a problem I can go back to them and they can handle any warranty issues. I've done the same with my insurance recently. I no longer do that online. There's a local broker in Kidderminster and they're brilliant. No waiting around for 20 minutes on the phone if there's a problem or anything. They are fantastic. So I'm much more committed to going local now with all sorts of things. Setting up, yeah, well, I'm a bit of an oldie, so it took me a while to get the unit sorted. The first thing you have to do is upgrade the software, the firmware, which just seems completely daft, but you have to do that, or you're advised by Sena to do that. And then getting it to to unlock and connect with the PC, you have to put in the passcode 0000, except it isn't. If I read the instructions more carefully, it's Sena 0000. So it took me probably about half an hour before I spotted that, and then of course it connected straight away. The other thing is then downloading the app to your smartphone, and that was straightforward. But then coupling it to the smartphone, it took me quite a while before I realised what you've got to do is get, or what I had to do anyway, is get my smartphone well away from our house Wi-Fi router, because I think that kept on confusing things. Once I was away from our home router, then the Sena coupled to my smartphone. Remember that it's a Wi-Fi connection that it's using, not a Bluetooth to the phone. And that, since then, it's been fairly straightforward connecting. You don't need to connect your smartphone very often. It's just the initial setting up so that you can see on your screen what the camera is seeing and adjust the angle correctly. The other thing that I did was I painted this part of the helmet with blackboard paint rather badly, but I have since moved the camera further forward on the helmet, so that's not so relevant. But there is a YouTube video that someone's posted where the camera's further back. It's a white helmet. You're just riding on a sunny day, and the image is quite badly bleached out by the reflected light of the helmet. So I decided I didn't want that. Moving the camera further forward has enabled me to get a much better view of the right-hand side of the road. When it was further back here, okay, you see the right-hand side of the road, but as you come closer to a junction on the right, it disappears out of view. But having the camera further forward, it stays in view for a lot longer. Although with the visor up like this, you get unobstructed view, but with the visor down, you do get some loss of view. Not very much. You'll see on the video that I'll post after I've done this one. The other thing to say about the setup is I initially swapped out the connection here with the one I already had for my comms unit. I already got the microphone and speakers, and I found that with that, although it's exactly the same plug and it all seemed to work, but the microphone kept on cutting out. Particularly to start with, start of the video there was no sound at all, and then the microphone cut in and then cut out and cut in. I've got a spare boom mic, so I replaced that, thinking this cable in there might have broken over time. That made no difference, so I'm wondering if it was the cables here in my original Sena setup that might have fractured inside. Anyway, I've now put on the supplied microphone and speakers, and that all seems fine. I don't know how well the charging port will hold up. There's the cable that comes with the unit. It's quite stiff getting it in there, and bear in mind that I put it on to charge every day. Then that, over the course of a year, is going to be about over 300 charge cycles, 300 plugging in, some plugging outs. So time will tell. And the other thing that's really annoying, that just happened yesterday, and I can see it's about to happen today, is the SD card port, the little rubber cover, has come adrift again. And yesterday I had a warning saying the SD card wasn't connected. So I'm going to have to tape over that to stop it coming out. An annoying little detail, but potentially, well, you could not be recording and the card could drop out. They're about 30 quid, those 128 gig SD cards. Gig, megabyte, I don't know, whatever they are. They're expensive. Right, what else can I say? Just looking at my crib notes here. The mic noise. Yes, when I first rode it, I tend to wear this yellow scarf here. This is the one I wear when I do most of my riding. It's warm, it keeps my chest warm, and also a lot of my trips are for shopping, going to Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's let me go in wearing my full bike gear, let me leave my hat on, and I'm allowed to muffle my mouth and nose with this. And that's really good, and I feel that that sort of bright yellow is not intimidating as a face mask. But with the I know from my intercom use that the mic gets a lot of wind noise, and what I have to do is tuck it down inside the tube here. That normally works with the intercom. With the camera unit, it doesn't. It still get masses of wind noise. So what I've tried instead is the little neck scarf I got from Aldi quite a few years ago now. But this is, you can hear it, proper kind of windproof material. It's thinner than the scarf, but it's windproof, so the wind doesn't permeate. And with the microphone tucked inside here against my chin, then I'm getting much better audio quality. So gradually learning how to get the most out of this unit. I think that's covered all the points I want to make. So look at the video I'm going to post and post any comments or questions. But my suggestion would be, do think long and hard before you throw big money at this kind of purchase. I first started thinking about a camera back in October last year, and looked at all the various options, the Gopro Hero 6, 7, 8, 9, and then there's the, is it Techalogic? Well, I made a note here. The Techalogic 10, no, where are we? Thought I'd made a note. Sorry, I'm rambling. But the Techalogic one was good because it's got fore and aft cameras. So, and one of the guys for the YouTube channel talking about his Enfield, and there's a video of him being shunted from behind. So it's so good that he had that particular unit on at the time. He had quite bad injuries, broken ribs and things. So obviously the Sena doesn't have rear camera, but I do make a point of checking my mirrors, and it does show what's happening in the mirrors, so it gives you some idea. Anyway, enough of my waffle and ramble. Thank you for your attention, and as I say, keep the comments coming. Bye.